They go play action here on first down. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one, advantage defense.
And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they're in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. First carry for James Conner. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. Running back. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. Sanders' kick is good. And that will break our tie and give them a 3-point lead. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
A shotgun handoff to Henry. It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave them with still about 8 or 9 to go on 3rd down. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in the defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the first down.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
And he stopped immediately there. Tackled that time by Jerome Baker out of Ohio State. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
2nd and 10. Off play action. Martin sliding out of the pocket. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. On now is the Titans punter. as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And he'll get credit for a punt inside the 20, not by much, but inside the 20 at the 19-yard line. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. On play action, here's Tua. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. And what a big-time play there. They run the counter now on 1st down. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play. And to give this time to the tailback. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss there. Now 3rd and 14. Tua sets up to pass it. And this will be swung out here for counter. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down. The kick by Sanders is good. And that'll make it 6-0 here in the first. So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goals probably not what they were hoping for.
Man, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into first downs and hopefully points.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 45. Malik McDowell there to make the tackle.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Still 9 remaining on 2nd down. Now a handoff to Henry. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A big play that time on the catch and run.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. Anthony Ferkser, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Titans are just an extra point away from moving out in front. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And they take the lead here at 7-6. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They've been settling quite a bit. They've been able to move the football some, but they've just been settling. That's one of the reasons they're down on the scoreboard.
I love that word you picked, settling, because nowadays in this NFL, you're thinking touchdown almost every drive because everything's so high-powered. Yeah, you'll take the field goal, but you always feel like you're leaving points out there when you don't put it in the end zone.
They'll be trying to put it in the end zone here on this drive. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. Fielded at the 33. After one, a 1-point game, 7-6. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments. So how do you beat man coverage? First of all, you want to be a superior receiver, but you know something, that guy who's covering you, he's usually pretty good too. So the corner route is usually a great spot to get it done.
A first down carry for Henry. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
Thus far, they have been able to move the line of scrimmage very well in the running game. Almost felt like they said in the huddle, can you guys pass protect? Let's take a big shot downfield. Didn't get it on that one, but they may come back to it again.
They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
He finds his man complete. It's Jenkins. And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Now, that's all about making something happen as a quarterback because instead of forcing something on 3rd down, how about him buying some time outside of the pocket, waiting for someone to come open, and when he did, he put it on him for a big play and a first down.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Off the play fake, Martin. He'll buy some time right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
The Titans on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Looking to throw. Martin. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the two teams here in the first half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Now, they're about to come up on drive number 4, but so far just 2 field goals on drives 1 through 3.
Wondering if the head coach has talked with his offense coordinator and said, look, let's go ahead and press this a little bit. I'm giving you 4 downs on just about every occasion to try and get this offense kick-started and have it culminate in touchdowns. You know, maybe someday to press it a little bit. This might be the case.
Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And a loose football. But fortunately, another offensive player quick to react, and they will indeed retain possession.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
Brings the turnover. Bud Dupree in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Here's J.K. Scott now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And this will be down by a member of the kicking team just outside of the 30-yard line. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. 2nd interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question, because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sideline.
And he loses the football a 2nd time. It's picked up by the Titans. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
Tenth carry now for Derrick Henry. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a first down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert to the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And Henry fighting for the marker, but I don't think he got there. He did not. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. A little juke. A pretty good return, all things considered, but holding.
I agree with you totally. It's actually a return that they were going to be very proud of. But when you end up holding and bringing it back, now your offense has to start a little bit deeper in their own territory.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he's got room. And he will finally be taken down at the Titans' 31-yard line. 70 yards for him on the ground so far tonight, as he has been terrific in this first half. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. Now they'll run on the draw. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Another 2-yard gain there, but they'll need to do better this time. It's 3rd and 6. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway, because that's your strength.
And now on the pitch, the ball's loose. It's picked up by the Titans. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last 2, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
And he'll just get rid of it.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
On 2nd down, it's Henry. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Now Martin to throw on 3rd down. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Well, they came up with points in their first 2 possessions, but it looks like they'll come up empty here on their 3rd drive. The defense finally starting to get locked into them a little bit. Might have to go a little bit deeper into their playbook on their next possession.
It's a net of 40 there, punt of 48, and a return of 8. And control of the football, switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they'll take over with just 18 ticks remaining. He's going to look deep down the field. And got his man complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Open receiver here, complete. It's Parker. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Sanders' kick is good. And that gets him back within a single point. It's now 10-9. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
So with 3 seconds remaining in the half, they will line up to kick this one away. It's a squibber picked up around the 27. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. 1 second, all that remains. Martin now. A final shot before break. He completes it to Julio Jones. And all the way down to the 26. So a very tight first half. We had to break in a 1-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. A 1-point game through 2 quarters as we get rolling here in this second half. Taken at the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. 2 now on first down. Screen pass to Connor. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. A completion, yes, but certainly not what they wanted. A loss of a full 6 yards. To throw again on second down. Tua. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. Over the middle, he's got Gesicki, the big 6'5" tight end.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Now Tua. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
A lot of times the key is just get him the ball and let him do his thing. And they got it out to him on the left side, and he did exactly that. Excellent run after the catch.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 20-yard line.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense because so far in this game, no touchdown to this point. And what's usually a direct correlation? Very few explosive plays. That's been their issue, not able to make that big shot downfield.
Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. Now here's a whistle and a timeout. It's called by the receiving team here. And that's going to leave them with just 1 timeout remaining still in the third quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them. We'll be back. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Tagovailoa trying again after the pick six. This will be caught. It's Waddle. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Back to the air on 2nd down. Tagovailoa going deep here for Parker. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. 2nd and goal from the 1. He'll try again. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
And now 3rd and goal coming up. The loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
From back at the 2, here's 3rd and goal. Touchdown! Will Fuller, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Black Knights have cut the lead back down to 2. The 2 are going to try and throw for it. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They made the decision to go for 2. They didn't get it. They remained down by 2 points. Should they have kicked it there?
A 3rd quarter, I'm okay with it. Maybe 1st or 2nd, you don't? I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, again, I keep coming back to I don't like to chase a lot of points, but I also don't know what kicking an extra point being down 1 does for me.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's going deep for Brown. He's got a man complete. Touchdown Titans. A.J. Brown hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Titans are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that makes this a 9-point game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
On 1st down, Tagovailoa. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot and forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that you can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
And he'll bring this one inside the 35. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. They'll try and run forward with Connor. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. It's a pickup of 3, but it brings up what will be an interesting 4th and 1. try and run forward Janovich. And he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. He only needed a yard, but he couldn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And as a result, it'll be Titan football on the turnover on downs. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. To throw is Martin. Off play action. This is caught. It's Brown. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Back to throw. Martin. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. He'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Martin. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a 1st down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one.
Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. Anthony Ferkser with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Titans get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Now Mike Vrabel going to tell the offense to go for 2 here. They'll try and throw for it. Escaping the pressure right. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Eric Rowe. And it's a big turnover there on the final play of the quarter. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say maybe makes that offense feel good when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe he'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 92 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. Play action, now it's Tua. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 5 there as the safety blitz winds up paying off.
How about that? One of the so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was a strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
Another try after the 1st down sack. Tua, he's going to let this one go deep. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. This is caught. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2.
Good yardage on the completion there. And when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Black Knights are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Extra point up and good by Sanders as this gets them back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive. In trouble, and he's taken down. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. That will be their third and final stoppage as they'll only have the 2-minute warning now remaining.
Looks like they caught him off guard on second and very long by running the football. All right, we always talk about tendency breakers and counters and doing things opposite the grain, and that worked very well for them. Picked up really nice yardage, but they still have a lot of work to do on third down.
Martin on third down. That's taken in by Ferkser. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big play that time through the air. 31 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Dancing to his left. Looking downfield for Jones. And he's... got it. What a catch on the sideline. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're...
And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Titans are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And the lead is up to 15 now. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. Quickly into the hands of Fuller. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. That's to Waddle on the quick slant. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. So with the completed pass and the yardage they got, they'll decline the penalty.
So obviously more yards on the pass completion than they would have gained with the penalty. They did the math. They did it well, and it works for them.
And it's caught. Touchdown. Mike Gesicki, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Black Knights get a bit closer. Extra point up and good by Sanders as this gets them back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. This taken in at the goal line. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that? And a big loss here as he's taken down. Emmanuel Ogbah in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back, because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
Flush to his right. And that'll be caught. It's St. Brown. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. Javon Holland coming up to make the stop.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing.
And now a fumble. The ball's out. And this is picked up by the defense. The big man, get the oxygen tank ready. And he is in for the score. So how about this? A horrible mistake leads to a defensive touchdown, and a 2-point conversion will tie it. Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. And a failure to convert and tie the game. Now the pressure shifts back to the defense.
But I think it was the right play. I think it was the right call to try and tie the game there. Kick an extra point, you're still down 1. What's the sense? I like what they did.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And a hard-earned yard there as he ran through one would-be tackler. It's 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. And now here's a carry heading left. He's got the 1st down here inside the 30. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 53 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. And he'll give it here to his running back. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground.
And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown. And now remember, all touchdowns are reviewed. And in a tight game like this, they're going to take a good long look at it. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And it might seal the deal as that makes it a 2-score game here with not a lot of time remaining. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
And this one is incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Now here's a handoff out of the gun. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe.